Woohoo, buddy! Let's talk about that World Championship Qualifier. What's going on, fellow tryhards? This is Tom with Tryhard Gaming, bringing you back a brand new video. World Championship Qualifiers went crazy, as always this year. Over 3,000 people, right at, I think it's like 3,003 people. Sorry, by the way, for the brief delay in content. I decided to take a little bit of a vacation and such with 4th of July being last week, so back hard at it this week. Gonna kind of make up for that this week with a little bit more content. A few matches where I've been playing locals, just overall trying to make up for you. So what I'm going to get into now is I'm going to look into the top 64 decks all the way down to the top 4 pretty much, because when you get to top 8 and you drop out of top 8, that's when it starts to kind of be pretty linear. So let's take a look at some of the decks. So top 64 is very diverse, as most people have said. There's 21. I've got a list here on the phone. So 21 cash players. We have 12 Sprite players, and that's a mix of a bunch of different ones. We have Sprite Runic, Sprite Gishki, Melfi, Striker. Yes, you heard me right. Gishki was actually a thing. Then you have 7 branded players, 5 Pearly players, 4 Rika Sun Avalon, 4 Dragon Link, 3 Manadium, 2 Lab, 2 Vanquish Soul, 2 Gold Pride Punk, and then 1 Tier and 1 Hero player. So with that top 64, we have pretty much a good variety opening up. And when it dropped down to top 32, it actually cut out quite a bit of the cash tier players. It cut right at 12 cash tier players in total, going into the top 32. And you can see the matchups here. Big shout outs to these guys. You guys played awesome. You make top 64 out of 3,000 people. That's insane. A lot of Runic I see again, just overall, and a lot more Despia and branded Despia I see. But the one thing I'd like to go through is the top 32. So this is where it starts to get it starts to cut down a little bit. Top 32, you had 9 cash players. You had 4 Sprite players, 4 Pearly players, 3 Dragon Link, 3 branded, 2 Lab, 2 Manadium, one of which being a super heavy Manadium build. I can't wait to see if that deck ever gets released. I'm a big fan of Manadium, and that sounds insane. 2 Rika Sun Avalon, 1 Vanquish Soul, 1 Gold Pride Punk, and 1 Hero. So the three decks that were one of us ended up started hanging around. So that's pretty cool. And some of the decks that I'd like to look at is the Nathaniel Christmas's build for the Hero build. So I fell in love with this build. One of the main things that I really liked was it does have the aspects of your typical Hero build, but it also runs, it's got the Plasma, it's got the Malicious, it's got the Denier, but it runs the Dark Angel. That a lot of people do run that, but that card to me is just so insane because it locks you out. Literally, it's another version of Ibly in a way, but just a different style lock. Runs 1 Talents, 3 Book of Moons, 2 Dark Ruler, 3 Hero Lives. Got the Floodgates, got the Goes in the Rivalry, of course, the 1 Favorite Contact, 2 Droplets. I think we're actually going to see that card see some use finally. I haven't seen a whole lot of people playing Droplet, and this is the first time, and it seems to be pretty good. Your extra deck looks. You got the Dark Laws, you've got the Masked Heroes, you got the Wonder Drivers, underrated card, and you have the what is that one? I forgot oh yeah, Infernal Devicer. That was one that I haven't seen in a hot minute. And then the 2 Cross Crusaders. And then your side deck, you had the Spooky Dogwood, the 3 Drolling Glockbird, the Triple Tactics Thrust, the 1 for 1 Called By, the 3rd Droplet, the 3rd Mask Change, and then your 3rd Goes in Rivalry and your 3 Evenly. So Really toolboxy deck, and I'm so glad that he made top 32. So congratulations, man, you did awesome. Another deck that made top 32 that I'm excited to look at is the Bestial Monadian build. This deck looks absolutely insane, and I'm glad I have most of it. The only card I don't have in this build is the 3 Lubellion, but the 3 Assault Synchron, I have been playtesting with this. This is insane. Like, Assault Synchron is, you synchro it off for, you either keep it on the field or you synchro it off for Excel, immediately go into Dissipator effect, or you use Excel's effect to bring out Stardust. Then immediately after that, you synchro Excel or Stardust and the Assault Synchron off, and then immediately go into Dissipator and then effect of Assault Synchron to bring back your card that you just synchroed off with, or to bring back Assault Synchron. So pretty stock standard. Got 3 Visas, 3 Fearless, 3 Meek, 3 Roomheart, 3 Ash, 3 Visas, of course. Then you've got the 3 Clarium, the 1 Rakupogan, the Scareclaw package. Then you run 1 Branded Regain, 3 Lubellion, 1 1/1 of Jerusalem Saronir and Magnemite. And then you have your 2 talents, your 3 thrusts. Ooh, that's a money card right now. I really hope that gets a reprint soon. And then you have the extra deck, which is the 2 Vicious Astral Owl, the 1 Lightheart, Cross Sheep, Dark, Appaloosa, Tri-Edge Master. I knew that card was going to have use somewhere. Cyframe Lord Omega, Stardust, Excel Stardust, Chang Ying, Baron, Dissipator Chaos, and Gamir. Side deck, 3 Curry Car, 3 Draw, 1 Pank, 1 Called By, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 3 Eradicator. You'll see a theme with these top 32 decks. Most of them run Eradicator. Most of the Kashtira builds that didn't make top 4 weren't running Eradicator, which I will go into here momentarily. And the 1D barrier, which is to shut off decks like Pearly and other really heavy like synchro decks, or just like most of their extra decks, one or the other besides Lynx. The next deck I want to go over is the Sprite Pearly build. So the 44 card deck runs pretty much the regular Pearly stuff, but it also runs the 3 Beaver, the 3 Angler, 3 Blue, 1 Jet, 1 Red, 1 Carrot. Runs this 2 starter and the 1 Delicious Memory, and I mean the rest of it's pretty stock and standard. You put the 2 decks together, that's what you get. A lot of level 1, a lot of level 2. You're still running the whole plump package, and you're running the Fusho for they're not going to be able to get rid of it. And then side deck 2 Kurikara, a lot of back row removal on this one, lots of back row removal. And the 2 Droplets again, and the 2 ASF. Now we get to the top 16. So top 16 is where it starts to get kind of hairy. This is where the 9 Kashtira players in the top 32 didn't fall out. So 9 of those top 32 were all cash, and then they moved on to top 16. So that's where it kind of broke down, and Kashtira just went from like having 28% to just being like over 50% in a single move. So then the next one that had the most percentage was Dragon Link, then Sprite, then Pearly, then Rika St. Avalon. And this is where you kind of see the downfall of the other decks, is right here. And one of the decks that I do want to go over is the Bestial Dragon Link. I'm such a big fan of Dragon Link. It's one of my next decks that I really want to build, and this is the one that made the top 16, or one of the ones that made top 16, and it had 3 Magnemite, of course, pretty stock standard, 3 Lubellion, the 1/1s, one of that, the Armageddon, love that card, and the 3 Baby Metal Dragon. I've seen people start running that card more and more often because it's so important to have, because this deck does not have a whole lot of starters. And that is one of the biggest ones that I've seen people use. There's 3 of the Rocks main board, which not bad, especially if you're playing cash. But this is, I'm sure that came up quite a few times because people like to overextend, aka me and a bunch of other people. So extra deck looks pretty stock and standard. You still have the access code, the Borland. You've got the Heretic Seal. You've got the Dragoonity card, you got the Quad Boral, And then a little bit more synchros. You got the Excel, and then you got the Dissipator. And there's no Assault Synchron in this. That's one thing I always wanted to play test around with mine. And then the side deck, of course, you have the Ghost Bell, you have the one Psy-Frame Gear, Gamma, and the Driver. You have the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Small World, 3 Anti-Spell. Another card I keep seeing all the time is ASF. A lot of floodgates here too. Next deck that we're going to go over is the Kashtira build, which of course, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Most of the time, it's either they're not maining Shifter or they are. This one's close to the one that I've been running at locals. It's all well, besides I don't run 3 Rise Heart. I like to keep it at 2, just to free up more space. So everything's pretty much the same. It runs 3 of the Rock. Econ, that's another card I've seen people recently start running more of here at Worlds. I've seen it more often here than I did anywhere else, or even at locals. It seems like Econ's starting to be more prominent again. People are starting to run 2 books, 3 Econ, or 3 books, 2 Econ, or some sort of form of that. This guy, let's see what his name is. Oh yeah, Roderick Flowers. So he has a really cool extra deck here. He's running the Infinitrack Mountain Smasher, and he's also running the Master of the Master Blades. I seen that card and I was like, I've never seen this card, and then I read it, I was like, okay, that's a really solid level 7 XYZ monster. But the rest of it is pretty stock and standard almost. He's only running 1 Big Eye, and he's running the Donner, which is pretty good. And then the side deck, of course, 3 Ghost Spell, 3 Droll, 4 back row removal spells besides, ASF again, and then 2 Dark Hole. Another thing that I've noticed a lot of in this is I've seen a lot of people run the Eradicator Epidemic Virus over a lot of these cards, but the way that this is, it just seems like a really solid deck. And again, congratulations to all you guys for making, even lower odds out of 3,000 people. That's insane. Then the top 8, this is where you get kind of cut out. You get 6 Kashtira players, 1 Pearly, 1 Dragon Link. So from there, I've got I don't have any of the deck profiles for these right now. I don't believe they've been released, but I would say that if I'm not mistaken, Jeremy Mitchell was the one who won it. Congratulations, Jeremy, you did awesome. It's always good to see. It's always good to see another Cash player do decent. I mean, it's a really solid deck right now too. So as of right now, these decks are absolutely insane. Cash is still absolutely wild. Final thoughts on this. I think that the games that Cash played that I've seen that were spotlighted, one of which was Dragon Link versus Kashtira. Everybody knows the matchup. We got D-shifted 2 games in a row, couldn't play through it, and Dragon Link got cleaned up 2-0 because of D-shifter. So I believe it's going to be an issue that comes up in the next ban list, or whenever Konami comes up with that. It's going to be like, what is going to be the main cards that we need to hit? What were the problematic cards at Worlds? What was just an instant KO whenever it was dropped? And I think the 2 main cards that you're going to see that might go on the list next time, unless they do an emergency ban list, is 1, D-Shifter is going to get hit to some capacity, and 2, Eradicator. Eradicator is just game ending. It kills Sky Striker, it kills Kashtira, it kills Labyrinth, it kills any deck that revolves around Spell or Trap. The only deck that card didn't hit was Super Heavy Samurai because it didn't run any of that. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. What was your favorite deck that you've seen? What was the oddest deck that you've heard about or seen in the World Championship Qualifier? Let me know what and all you liked and what I could be doing better. But guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow or Wednesday to give you another video. It'll be at locals. We're doing some for this past couple weekends. Got a misprinted card that I was pretty excited to get out of an OTS pack. So, guys, that'll be it for today. My name's Tricard Tom. We'll see you next time.